Yay for pharmacy, bro. Yeah. What's that better? Hey everyone, so today we are doing a video that I think is going to be pretty helpful for a lot of you who watch my channel. So Kelita and I want to talk about our different journeys in what we want to do as far as our careers. As you all know, for those of you who watch my videos, I'm in pharmacy school. Pharmacy is what I want to do. I want to be a pharmacist. Just pharmacy all around there.
Yay for pharmacy.
There. That sounded mad dry. Anyway, so, but Kelita, on the other hand,
I'm pre-med. So, in other words, I'm in that awkward stage between graduating from college and eventually attending medical school.
For those of you who are thinking about being in the health field and you're not really sure how, this video should really help you out so you can hear our different perspectives about the different paths that we're taking to become a pharmacist and to become a medical doctor. So here it goes. So pretty much, we kind of started out the same way, like on the same like path, and it didn't like diverge until we graduated. I was a biology major and she was a human biology major. So you kind of want to explain why you did human bio for a potential med student.
So so the only real distinction between a biology major and a human biology major, first of all, not all colleges offer a human biology major, whereas like most schools offer biology. So that's the most common major that people who are pre-med or pre-pharmacy would take. So human biology, it kind of incorporates anthropology into the coursework, meaning that you'll take intro into anthropology, you'll take like human population, you'll take human anatomy and physiology, all those classes that are required for a human biology major. Essentially, it focuses on the human body versus focusing on biology in general, like, plant biology and animal biology. That isn't the focus in human biology. So it helps people who are pre-med have a more direct coursework that helps them to relate what they're learning more to their career goals. So that's why I chose human biology.
What you should major in, as far as like if you want to go to med school or pharmacy school, it doesn't really matter. It's just important to check the prerequisites for whatever school that you're applying to and take those classes. You can pretty much major in anything.
Honestly, I've heard through different internships that I've done or different people that I've spoken to who have been on either the admissions board or someone who's a faculty of medical school or someone with a lot of experience. And often I'm hearing that it's honestly like a good look for people who are not a biology major. Like schools actually really like to see those things because it shows diversity in the student body. If they're accepting 140 students and 135 of them are all bio majors, those 5 people who are music major, art history major, things like that stands out, and that just adds more diversity to the pool of students.
So what made you choose med school over like anything else? Honestly?
Over anything else, honestly, like ever since I was a little girl, like 5 years old, I've always wanted to be a doctor. Like always, like they ask you when you're in elementary school, like, hey, what do you want to be when you get older? And then you do a little drawing and enjoy yourself, and I've always wanted to be a doctor. Like even before I knew the path or how strenuous it would be or how much work you have to put in, I always wanted to help people. I always loved the human body and how cool it was and how different things worked. And the older I got, the more I learned about the human body and the way that certain things in your environment interacts, and diseases and health, things like that. It just gets me more and more interested in public health influence in my community. So I just really want to have that impact, and that impact in terms of health. Like working in that sector is what really intrigued me since I was a little girl, and it's only grown since then. So, yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, if you read my blog, you probably know I initially wanted to be a pediatrician, and junior year of college, I just like had a deeper relationship with God. I was just like, really talking to him. I'm just like, God, is this really what you want me to do? Like, I don't know if this is, with what he was showing me with the things that I'm going to do in ministry. Being a pediatrician didn't really match up with that. Kelita spoke about the path to become a physician, and it's a lot, and I don't know if I was really ready to do all that. And even like being in that field, I don't know if I was really willing to do that with what God needs me to do. So, after doing a lot of prayer, I was just like, pharmacy is really something that I think like fits everything that I want. And even being like a pediatrician, like you would diagnose, and like a medical doctor in general, you diagnose and prescribe, but it's the pharmacists that really counsel on the medications and are able to be that teacher when it comes to the patients of what it is, not even just patients, but even to the physicians and other healthcare providers. You'll be surprised at how many phone calls we get in the pharmacy from physicians and nurses and nurse practitioners, like everyone asking questions about different drugs and medications, and I love that. And that's not something that I don't think I would be able to do as often had I chosen to be a physician. So, I initially wanted to be a medical doctor, and, my interest changed, and now I really am excited about becoming a pharmacist. So let that be your determination. That's kind of my reason for choosing pharmacy, and, like, your reason, like, for being, wanting to be a physician. What kind of physician do you want to be?
Okay, so
I already know the answer, but y'all don't.
So I want to be a dermatologist. Why, you ask? All right. So
no one asked that question.
Why, you ask? So like there's different reasons. I feel like a lot of people, especially people who are pre-med and know about the dermatology specialty, know it for being very lucrative, know it for being very convenient because of the fact that obviously you work like 9 to 5 and you get to go home and see your kids. It's not like a very stressful place of work where it's not like emergency or trauma or ICU or surgery when you're standing on your feet for like 8 hours. It's more of a like kind of, I wouldn't say chill, but it's more of a relaxed environment to be in. So for me, of course, like those things are positive, aspects of being a dermatologist. But also, I'm a very like physical person. So in terms of like, I like to see. Oh, I should say I'm a very visual person. So I like to see the problem at hand, so then I can know, okay, I recognize that I've seen that before. So, a lot of times in primary care, someone might come in like, oh, I have a stomach ache, oh, I have a backache, oh, I think I ate something like 10 days ago, like maybe that's why my shoulder hurts. And it's like these random things where it's like, of course it's great to have these things at hand, and you can put these pieces together and figure out what this person had based off what they told me. But with dermatology, it allows you to like, look at a rash or look at, something that on the outside body can mean so many things, but you can see it and put things together and know that, okay, I've seen this before, or it's red, it means this. So you can see what's going on. And for me, I know that dermatology is very competitive, but I also know that's something that I really want. So I'm going to put in the work to, get there. Hopefully, prayerfully, that will be in my future.
So I guess another thing that we could talk about is just like the different paths to our career. So after graduating, before I graduated, I took my PCAT, and that's, for those who don't know, that's the pharmacy college admissions test. And I took that. Y'all know I did terrible. But y'all can watch that video and see how I even got into pharmacy school. But anyway, after graduating, pharmacy school is 4 years. And it's 3 years of classes, and then that last year is just rotations. Just like you do 6 of them for 6 weeks at a time. So that's like your last year. And then after you graduate, you take the board exam. So that's like it's called the NAPLEX. Don't ask me what that stands for because I don't know. And so you take that exam, and then if you pass it, you become a registered pharmacist.
So generally, as a pre-med, like after you graduate from undergraduate, you have already taken your prerequisite courses. At that point, most people, the MCAT, like technically, if you wanted to go straight to medical school right after you graduate, like you graduate from undergraduate and then you take a couple months of summer and then you immediately start medical school, you have to take the exam the summer between your junior year and your senior year. So once you get that score, you can apply. Well, actually, the point is that you have to apply for medical school in that summer. You can take the MCAT
like your junior year.
Yeah. Like
spring between your junior year.
Yeah. So you can take the MCAT technically whenever you want to. Like, if you have already taken the classes and and you like, you know, got it going on and you want to take it in the beginning of junior year, do you, boo. But as long as you take the MCAT and if you apply in that summer between your junior and senior year, that and you get in, that allows you to start in immediately. So once you take the MCAT, of course you apply. It's 4 years of medical school, and that within that 4 years you have to take step one exam, and that step one exam is important in terms of what type of residency you can do. Because again, like I mentioned before, they're very competitive in general, and especially if you want to specialize in something or do surgery, you have to do really well in the step one exam, and that one you take some. I think most people take between second and third year. And then then you have to take the step two. Step two, most people take it in the fourth year of medical school. Step three, you take after you graduate, and that allows you to get your license in whatever state that you are practicing in. So all these exams, basically, series of like, you know, what helps them understand your capabilities as a medical student and eventually as a medical doctor. At this point, I'm studying for MCAT, so I'm trying to remain diligent and preparing for it. I have taken a Kaplan exam, and my opinion on that is kind of like, of course, it's personalized to me and it's you know, my perspective, but I feel like it wasn't that helpful. Yeah, so like it's really important for you to know like which courses is best in terms of your personal needs. So for me, I felt like I needed both the strategizing and the content review, and I only got really the strategizing part. So a lot of the content review has to do with my own, and that's kind of the way the class is designed. So you're going home and reading like 4 or 5 chapters, and then you come back to class and like, oh, you know, let's go over some questions that may have covered some of the content that you read at home, and let's see how we approach these questions.
So, like, for any of you who are kind of not sure at a crossroads of like pharmacy or physician, choice is really yours. You kind of heard us talk about our different paths. To become a medical doctor, there's a lot more avenues after graduating that you have to take, but if you really have the determination, if you have the motivation, and if you have the drive, do it. When we spoke about the reasons why we wanted to do each of these careers, it wasn't because of what was quickest, what was fastest, what was easiest, and what made the most money, but because we really had a passion and drive for it. So if you're kind of at a crossroads, a better question is to kind of reflect and see what it is that you are actually interested in, what you actually want. Don't go after the money, because if you do, you will be miserable working. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. You can comment below, or you can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com. Kelita is all over my page. She's all up in it, around it, all about it, even though she did not know like 20 minutes ago that it would be his masterpiece.
I knew. I was just making sure, you know, I had to, you know,
So you can comment below, and if you have any questions for her specifically about med school, her journey to med school.
If you have any questions about applications, about the MCAT, about internships that I've done, internships that you can do, my advice as, you know, how important research and clinical experience is for medical school applicants, I'm more than happy to answer those questions.
So that's all that we have to share for today, and
as always,
be his masterpiece.